The Shoei X-SPR Pro and the Shoei X-Spirit 3 are two high-end racing helmets from the brand Shoei and are developed for the real sport race rider. We have tested them both extensively and compared them with each other, so keep on watching to see what exactly has changed. Hi everyone, Team of Champion Helmets here and welcome to our channel. And today we're going to look at the differences between the new Shoei X-SPR Pro and its predecessor, the Shoei X-Spirit 3. The X-SPR Pro is a brand new full face helmet and the X-Spirit 3 has been the best racing helmet available on the market for a while now. And before we go deeper into the specifications, first some general points. The X-SPR Pro is tested according to the new ECE 2206 certification and the X-Spirit 3 to the older ECE 2205 certification. In addition, the X-SPR Pro is FIM certified, which is becoming mandatory at more and more racetracks. According to Shoei, the X-SPR Pro has been improved on, among other things, the ventilation and aerodynamics, which we will test later in this video. If we look at the retail price, we see that the X-SPR Pro has a retail price of about €800 or US dollars, and the X-Spirit 3 of about €720 or US dollars. We're going to start the comparison with the material part, and we actually see no difference between the two helmets. In fact, both helmets are made of Shoei's Advanced Integrated Matrix, which stands for AIM+. The AIM+ outer shell consists of multiple layers of fiberglass. In addition, both helmets come in 4 outer shell sizes, which is good, because the more outer shell sizes, the better. This not only assures that the helmet fits compactly around the head, but it also makes the helmet a lot safer. If we add this up, both helmets earn 4 stars for the material part and are on par so far. But how do they do on other criteria? We continue with the weight, and here we're going to see the first difference between the two helmets. This is because the X-SPR Pro has been tested according to the new 2206 certification. To comply with this certification, more material has been used and this has resulted in a heavier helmet. This goes for pretty much all the 2206 certified helmets. When we weigh the X-Spirit 3 in a size M, the scale indicated 1360 grams. And when we weigh the X-SPR Pro in a size M, the scale indicated 1442 grams. The difference is not even 100 grams, which is certainly not a bad result for a helmet that is heavier by meeting the new ECE requirements. Because of this, the X-Spirit 3 earns 5 stars and the X-SPR Pro 4 stars for the weight. Now that we have discussed the material on the way, we will move on with the visor. The X-Spirit 3 uses a CWR1 visor, which is pinlock lens prepared, and a max vision pinlock lens comes included in the box. The X-SPR Pro comes with the CWR F2R visor, which is also pinlock lens prepared, and also here a max vision pinlock lens is included in the box. Both helmets have a 2-dimensional shape, which avoids distortion of the view. If we add all this together, we see that both helmets earned 4.5 stars for the visor part. Both helmets performed really well so far and are almost on par. Only the X-Spirit 3 scored better on the weight. But now that we are done with the comparison in this video, let's see how they did out on the road. First, a quick reminder on how we collect our data. On the left side we have placed a white thermometer that shows the inside temperature of the helmet. This is connected to a sensor that measures the temperature inside the helmet. Up in the middle is a decibel meter. This is connected to a microphone that is placed near our rider's ear. This records the sound as our riders hears it. In the middle is the dashboard of the motorcycle, showing the riding speed of our test rider. Now that being clear, we will start the road test with the noise. Both helmets were tested with a wind speed of about 120 and a riding speed of 130 km an hour on long stretches of highway. This ensures that we can compare the helmets very well. The X-SPR Pro gave us a value of 99 decibels, which is an amazing result and comes close to the quietest helmets available today. And the X-Spirit 3 a value of 103 decibels. This means that the X-SPR Pro is 4 decibel quieter than the X-Spirit 3. At 4 decibel doesn't seem like much, but at these speeds and these kinds of values, every decibel is definitely an audible difference for the rider. These scores earn the X-SPR Pro 4 stars and the X-Spirit 3 3 stars for the noise. We can conclude that Shoei has significantly improved the X-SPR Pro on this part compared to its predecessor. Now that we know how quiet the helmets are, we're going to look at how well they ventilate. And Shoei has made some adjustments to the new X-SPR Pro compared to the X-Spirit 3. The biggest visible difference is the ventilation on the forehead of the X-Spirit 3. This has been merged with the top vent at the X-SPR Pro. This has been merged because when you are racing, you often ride in a tucked position. According to Shoei, the forehead ventilation works a lot less, so they chose to merge it with the top vent. In addition, Shoei has placed a cheek vent system in both helmets. These are air vents placed in the cheek pads that allow the airflow from your chin opening to go to your cheeks and further spread cool air across your face. This provides even better cooling during the hot summer days. If we look at the results of the road test, we see that both the X-Spirit 3 and the X-SPR Pro have the same inside temperature as the outside temperature. This means that both helmets have an excellent ventilation. This ensures that both helmets earn 4 stars for this part. Now that we have covered the noise and the ventilation, we move on to the only subjective part of this comparison, and that is the comfort. For this part we lean on the more than 15 years of riding experience of our test rider, who has tested all the other helmets and therefore can make the comparison like no other. Both helmets have an inner lining that is antibacterial, removable and washable, and you can apply personal fitting to both helmets. The personal fitting of the X-SPR Pro has also changed. If you want to adjust the fitting of the helmet, you now have plug-in pieces instead of the extra layers that you have to stick on the outside of the lining. Our test rider was very pleased with the comfort of both helmets. They both felt very soft and comfortable. And when we add it all up, the X-Spirit 3 and the X-SPR Pro both earned 5 stars for the comfort part. We continue with the last part of the road test, and that is the features. Both helmets are ECE certified, where the new X-SPR Pro is ECE 2206 approved and the X-Spirit 3 ECE 2205. In addition, the X-SPR Pro is also FIM certified, which is a requirement for more and more tracks for those of you that use these helmets for track days. Both helmets have an emergency quick release system, which is a big plus. An emergency quick release ensures that the helmet can be safely removed in case of an incident. Also, both motorcycle helmets are prepared for a communication system, for example a Cardo Pactalk Edge. And both helmets have a double D closure. In addition to the X-SPR Pro is the preparation for a hydration system. The hydration system is currently still being developed by Shoei and will become available later. Also, both helmets are wind tunnel tested, which can be felt on the road and on the track. If we add up all the extra options, we see that the X-SPR Pro earned 4 stars and the X-Spirit 3 3 stars for the features. Now that we have discussed every part of the review in the studio and on the road, we can look at the overall score of the two helmets. And if we add up all the earned stars, we will get an average score. The Shoei X-Spirit 3 has an average of 4.1 stars, for which you pay €25 per earned star. And the Shoei X-SPR Pro an average of 4.2 stars, for which you pay €27 per earned star. This means that the X-SPR Pro is just a little bit better than the X-Spirit 3, and Shoei has put an even better racing helmet on the market. The X-SPR Pro performed better on the parts noise and features, and the X-Spirit 3 did better on weight for an explainable reason. Do you think the Shoei X-SPR Pro or the Shoei X-Spirit 3 is something for you? Then be sure to take a look in our webshop, championhelmets.com, where we always offer the lowest price guarantee and have great discount bundles. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more comparison videos, road tests or reviews. Thank you for watching. My name is Timo van Champion Helmets, and until next time.